to live, I think the best option available is a managed condo residence. We are really talking about value preservation.
So I think the consumer these days, Shweta, is actually looking at the comfort and the ease of living.
Hi, this is Suneet Singh. I head the marketing for Whiteland Corporation, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the next episode of Beyond Insight.
Hi, my name is Sudeep Bhatt and I am Director Strategy at Whiteland. My primary interest is creating conversations with people, and that is what I look forward to every time.
Hi, my name is Shweta Jain. I head the residential practice for Savills India. We are headquartered in London, listed on London Stock Exchange, and we operate out of 70 countries, 600 offices, and about 42,000 professionals. In India, we've now been present for about 8 years with 8 offices and about 850 people.
Hi, Shweta. Welcome to Beyond Insight podcast. Sudeep, thank you for joining us.
You're always welcome. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you for giving us the time. Yes.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So, Shweta, we're going to have a very candid conversation, right? And we're talking about branded residences, how it's really coming to India and doing big waves. So, just wanted to know about, Savills has been really forthcoming throughout the globe, right? What is your take on branded residence in India?
Branded residences, and also as a real estate expert, I can say that as the condos get older, which are non-branded condos, this sometimes, depending on the location and depending on the development quality, they tend to sort of erode in value. If not erode, then they may not grow in value.
True.
I think the moment we are talking about branded residences, we are really talking about value preservation. You're talking about value growth. So while you may in the beginning pay a premium, which is seeming to be a premium, but the fact is that you're also preserving the future value of the property. As Savills, yes, we in fact have been coming out with regular reports, and we've been doing region-based reports. So we did a North America report, and we also did something on Europe and then Asia. And incidentally, Asia contributes about 21% of the total branded residences in inventory globally. So, and in that, Vietnam and Thailand are the front runners. And Marriott, yes, Marriott undoubtedly is one of the leading players in branded residences. And I think it's so nice to see that they've launched their first Western residences with all of you, and congratulations on that.
I really like what you talked about, the value preservation.
So, Shweta, I wanted to, really wanted to ask you this. And while we know that this has been happening, but coming from you would add a lot of credence to this thought process. What exactly do you think is the rationale behind branded residences being pegged higher, from an investment perspective for anybody who's looking to, seek a good investment in the real estate sector? So what is happening globally? What do you think will happen in India? So give us a little insight on that, please.
See, I'll tell you, Sudeep, there's a recent report, which is our APAC report, which covers all the key markets in the Asia Pacific region. And interestingly, one of the forecasts in the report is that by 2031, the market is going to grow by 180%. It is a little less than what Dubai is forecasted at, but the
market in India, you mean?
No, that's
Asia Pac.
Across Asia Pacific.
Okay, Asia Pacific. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
India, like I said, in any case, is very untapped still. In fact, 75% of the inventory that we see in India is still coming from your non-hotel branded players. So we have like the likes of you and Trump. We've not actually seen enough of hotel operators doing projects in India. So I don't have a breakdown of this 180% in terms of the countries. But if I was to look at it, I think Vietnam and Thailand, like I said, in any case are the key players, followed by India. India is, we would definitely see more supply coming in. Now, from an appreciation perspective, while yes, there is a premium attached in the very beginning when you're buying a branded residence, you're paying at least 20 to 25% higher than what you would pay for another product. But like I said, it's also about the preservation of value, right? So the appreciation, in my view, would definitely be higher than what one would see for a non-branded project. And this is what we've seen globally as well.
True that.
And US and like North America is one prime example. And then we've got London has also now come up as a major market for branded residences. Other than that, Dubai that is also kind of majorly taking a lead. And it's also about the rental annuity. So if you look at the yield, so the rentals are far superior for a branded project. If that's the case, then naturally the yield is higher.
True.
Otherwise, a non-branded project today will not give you more than 2 to 3%.
That's a very effective, yeah.
So the yields become better
Yes.
combined with your rental. And even if you're owning it as a primary resident and not residence and not renting it, then also I think there is far more capital growth expected over a period of 5 to 10 years. And that's the horizon in any case one needs to have when you're looking at any investment in.
I completely get that. And the buyer is today, to my mind, Shweta, informed about, these key aspects.
Very informed.
Yeah, well-read, educated, know what they're buying.
It makes our lives a little tough also because they are much better informed. But then it's also easy because
Yeah, I thought it is making life easy. Yeah.
to educate because I think the concept is understood.
Hmm.
The value is understood. So you don't really have to explain the premium.
True.
The value, if it's understood, then, I think the only area where sometimes, yes, one may struggle is about which location the project is in. I mean, what are the sort of the potential upside in terms of the location, because location does play a role.
Sure.
And so I think that's, and Gurgaon is obviously, has been touted. It is touted as, from a residential perspective, it's touted as is one of the key markets across the country now.
And location, infrastructure, both.
Yes. I mean, infrastructure, yes, we've struggled a bit, but I think with the SPR and the Dwarka Crossway Expressway, and so I think Gurgaon clearly is one of
Has an edge, right?
Yeah. So, Sudeep, what do you think? I mean, we've been talking about generational living, and generational adding to it. What is your take on branded residences?
Well, to my mind, Suneet, branded residences is a natural progression. It's like any other asset class which matures. So if you look at any other category, other than real estate, you'd see that it has to have a natural progression, and this seems to be the logical way forward.
Right.
And Shweta used a great phrase, that is value preservation. So if you're able to do it right, rather than eroding, it kind of grows and compounds over the years.
As well.
And predictability of service, as you rightly said, are some of the key aspects of this. So, Suneet, to my mind, yes, this is really the beginning of a great era for all of us to see, and we are thankful we are able to be, participants in this journey.
So, what are the key trends that you're noticing, which will be really, really prevalent in branded residence segment?
In my view, I think, to me, if you were to ask me, I mean, I think it would just make more sense. If I have to pay the premium, then I would rather pay the premium where I'm able to get the services. That's how I do it. Yeah. And the design elements obviously play a role because those could be very minute and some of them can only come out of experience. And like I said, you're drawing a lot from these organizations which have now come a long way. I mean, if you look at their history, and they've come a long way. So I think, yes, these are some of the trends which I see moving forward. I think what has only changed is what kind of home. So there was this very clear affinity towards land at one point in time, where people thought that there's nothing better than just owning a piece of land, which maybe continues to be the case in some parts of the country. But I think more and more in urban centers, and also in some of your more leisure locations which actually offer, better rental annuity, and urban centers where you can actually own a branded residence and make it your primary home.
True.
Right? So I think from a living standpoint, people are very comfortable. They would rather be in a looked after facility versus being in a standalone bungalow, which used to be the case at some point in time. Investment could continue to be in land also.
Got that.
But the fact is that from my primary home where I want to live or where I want my children to live, I think the best option available is a managed condo residence. And then if it comes with having a brand behind it, and a hotel brand, sorry, then it obviously, it's the best. Suneet, just tell me about, you interact a lot with customers, and, you responsible for marketing in Piteland. So just tell me a little bit about your understanding of the consumer behavior, which is, and I mean, I know you also had a long journey in real estate. So what are the changes that you've seen as far as the consumer is concerned?
So I think the consumer these days, Shweta, is actually looking at the comfort and the ease of living, right? Most of the consumers are globetrotters. They have roamed around the world. They have seen the best of living possible. Now they want to live it today. So now the whole thing that, a Rolls Royce to be owned post 50 is changing, right?
Right.
People want to own it at the age of 30. Similar is the case with branded residences. I want to live that life right now. I will not really plan that I will like to live this life 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line. I want to live it now is the attitude that is coming out readily. And people are looking at the right kind of places which will actually, cater to this. Right? It is so important that, listen, if I have a high flying life, I have to be in the vicinity of an airport, which is a throwaway distance. I need to also have a trophy address, right, which is well connected, has a great infra around it. And the project itself, if it's a branded residences project, then I will look at that how is it adding value to my day-to-day life? How is the concierge service really coming across? What is the clubhouse? Where are my kids? And who are the other kids they're interacting with? Who's the spouse who's interacting with? Is my parents taken care of while I am away at work? All these things add value to it.
Right.
That is what the consumer shift is taking place. Right now, I'm not in this thing that, listen, I will compromise and I'll live that life in the future. No, they are looking at now. They are wanting. And similarly, we have a lot of SMEs, MMSMEs, owners, who's wanting to live that life. Right? They have got money. They have worked very hard for this. But now it's time for them to enjoy it. We have people from, Singapore. We have people from Malaysia. We have people from Dubai who have invested in this. Coming back home is also a segment for them. Right? Having a pad in India, having a branded residences because they have lived that life, that is an important aspect. So that is also the consumer behavior that we have noticed and lived for.
And Shweta, from a geopolitical perspective, Suneet, the kind of time that we are currently seeing and the way, the geopolitics is shaping up, and also the way Indian economy is shaping up, so both these factors clubbed together create a favorable environment for a lot of NRIs to look at India again.
Yeah.
Now for them, for the kind of life that they've lived so far in America or in other parts of the developed world, they would want something close to that. So with Marriott as a brand and Westin as an option, good location, great development, Delhi is something that everybody wants to be from North India. You want to be here close to the airport. So all of these are also, kind of governing that choice and that decision to be here with us. So that's also a segment that
that's
is
a very important
that, closely. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Suneet. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
And everyone who's watching, thank you for watching this episode of Beyond Insight. Look forward to the future insightful sessions that we'll have together. Thank you.